Good morning, everyone. I'm Param Patel, the VP of Business Development. Today, I have with me Ethan Hartman, VP of Corporate Development, Liam Pomara, and Harita Rao, who are our industry analysts. As we discussed in our last meeting, that we are looking forward to expand our business in alternative energy domain. We have our pick for that. We have Suzlon Energy Limited. Today, we are going to talk about Suzlon Energy Limited. We are going to talk about the background of the company, a brief financial aspects of the company, why specifically we picked Suzlon, and we are also going to talk about a pitch strategy to them, that what's in it for them. Suzlon was founded 22 years back in 1995 by Mr. Tulsi Tanti. He was managing 20 garment factories back then, and then he decided to expand his business and to start something new. So he started with Suzlon Energy Limited. It has been growing then after 1995. It's one of the biggest wind energy company in India. It manufactures and installs wind turbines all over India and other countries too. It's basically based in Pune. They have operations in 19 countries over six different continents. They have workforce of over 7,000 employees, and up to in 2016 they installed 900 megawatt capacity of wind power, and up to date they have 9.5 gigawatt energy installed. Sorry. In 2016, they had revenue of $1.2 billion. That is 69% more than what they had in 2015. Their total assets is $24.5 million, but they are custodian of more than $13 billion of assets over the world. Their inventory is $37 million. They paid off a lot of the debts in 2016, and compared to the loss of $131 million in 2015, they earned profit in 2016. Rita will talk about the competitive advantages.
Thank you, Param. Now, I'd like to talk about why we've zoned in on Suzlon. What are the unique features and aspects that it brings, which has attracted us to this company, and why we've picked this compared to any other renewable energy solutions provider. So not only is it the third largest wind energy provider in the world, it now is diversified into solar energy also. It has a strong presence in solar energy. So it's a dual alternative energy solution provider. It has a very strong global presence, which I'll talk about later. In terms of accomplishments, one of the key, not only does it have many awards, but it also has a very strong management team, which has attracted us to the company because we would want such talent to be on board with our team. In terms of the solar segment, it provides a unique wind-solar hybrid solution. So the solar energy panels, not only does it have a very strong presence in in wind energy, but also in solar. It provides both proactive and reactive maintenances. So it's an end-to-end solution provider in terms of maintenance. It has, in terms of proactive maintenance, there is a very highly talented engineering team which provides on-board maintenance solution and a spare part maintenance solution also. And in terms of reactive maintenances, if there is a calamity, there is any customer grievances, there's there's an operations management service team that Suzlon has, which caters to these maintenance issues. In the global presence, the company has a presence in 19 countries and 6 continents: Asia, Australia, Africa, Middle East, and North and South America. It has a joint venture with China, which the joint venture company is Suzlon Energy Daiichi Limited, and it has 15 manufacturing units together in India and China combined, and has 8 manufacturing facilities in Germany, India, Denmark, and Netherlands. So as you can see, it has a very strong global presence. In terms of accomplishments, we want to be associated with the highly talented management team of Suzlon. And it has an all steel hybrid towered wind turbine, which is unique to Suzlon. It's 120 meters above the ground. It's the highest tower in the wind energy industry. It has pioneered the concept to commissioning model, which is an end-to-end solution provider. So basically, what the company does is it acquires land. It comes up with regulatory requirements that would be needed for the land acquisition. It sets up the wind turbine, and it also provides a complete life cycle maintenance for the wind turbine. So it's a unique end-to-end solution provider for customers. And the S111 wind turbine is a pioneering turbine. It's basically offers the lowest life cycle costs for the customer. How it does this is it generates 15 to 20% more energy compared to any other wind turbine in the market of the same capacity, of course. And so this higher generation of energy reflects to the customer in terms of lower costs per megawatt. Now Liam will talk more about the peer comparison.
Yes, so obviously Suzlon has some competition. Who doesn't? So within India, their main competitors are Gamesa Wind Limited and Inox Wind Limited. There are some other competitors in the region as well, including Green Orient Energy, you've got Regen Power Tech, and you also have a couple of other small players that make up maybe about 20%. Combined, these three companies, Suzlon, Gamesa, and Inox, make up 80% of market share in India, which is a growing market. We are looking at Suzlon because they make up 35%, which is about half of that piece of that pie. And then within that region, they had a 48% capacity increase year over year from last year to this year in terms of how much power they were able to put back on the grid. That was a 42% increase above what the actual projections were. Suzlon's advantage, they spend a lot on R&D, which puts them ahead of their competition and keeps that market share in their pocket. That allows them to build research and development facilities across the world, use superior materials compared to their competitors, and superior manufacturing processes. They have a 4,200 megawatt capacity of how much they can build per year. Their closest competitor in India is Inox, who only puts about 1,600 for their estimate for capacity for how much they can manufacture each year. And their energy increase, which was 900 megawatts from last year to this year, was 100% year over year. So they're growing very fast compared to their competitors in that region. And then what are they going to do for us? Obviously, we want to improve our image. We want to do clean energy and look at alternative energies. It's great for our brand image. This will allow us to do that with such a strong company, being that they're the third largest wind turbine manufacturer in the world. It allows us to compete with some of our closer neighbors like Nordex, who's right in Germany, we need to worry about, GE making turbines in the US. So we're kind of sandwiched by these strong competitors. Suzlon is going to give us an advantage to tap into that market. The global wind industry has grown at about 6%, and the fact that they've entered into solar is huge for us too, because solar showed 10 years of consecutive growth. You've got a lot of competitors worldwide. They're in 19 countries. It's huge for us. India and China are great as well, not only for their position in alternative energies, but that gives us an opportunity to use and leverage our strengths in fossil fuels to enter into those markets where we're not at already. So we can, upstream, downstream, and even our chemical portions of our business can really grow within the Indian and Chinese markets, which populations are growing and their energy needs are growing as well. And to talk a little bit more about how we're going to approach Suzlon, is Ethan Hartman.
All right, guys. So we've talked a little bit about what Suzlon can do for us, why we want them. Now I'm going to talk to you about what they can get from us, why they're going to accept our bid and go through this with this acquisition. We came up with a three-pronged pitch strategy, and the first prong of that is land. We got it. They need it. We have extensive land holdings all over the world through our more than 100 years worth of doing business in land acquisitions and oil research. And we can offer them access to this to set up wind farms all over the globe. They already have a global presence, as Sarita mentioned, but we have an even larger one. So, when you're setting up a wind farm, what do you need? You need wind turbines and you need land. This is our contribution to them. We can also offer them access into new markets. They right now don't have a presence in the EU, which is a huge market for them, potential market. They have over 71,000 wind turbines in the EU alone, and this number is only going to grow. So we're really looking forward to offering them new markets and greater land. Okay, global recognition. As Rita mentioned, also they are a global company right now, present on 6 continents, but we are a much larger company. We've spent the last century building up the Total name, and with that comes recognition and authority. And as Suzlon's vision states from them, they want to become a global leader in renewable energy. They want to be the company of choice for stakeholders, one of the top 3 renewable energy companies, and a leader in technology. And to do this, we can really offer them our assistance with our name and the reputation that comes with it. So that we're looking forward to offering them that. And lastly, funding. We're a huge company compared to them. We can offer them funding to do whatever they need. One of the main costs, or the main cost in setting up a wind farm, is the upfront cost of the wind turbine, which has to be paid before anything else can go through. And this has to be paid in full. Right now, Suzlon is the largest wind company in India, but we can make them even bigger. They also have R&D costs of over $30 million a year. We're looking to double this. We want to bring that up to $60 million a year, because right now they are a leader in technology. As Rita mentioned, they have the tallest wind turbine, but we want to keep them there. That's one of the draws that they are to us and what we want to be to them. So we're going to double that R&D spending and allow them to maintain a leading role in wind. And finally, right now, how they're financing most of their R&D is through debt. And they're not a highly leveraged company yet, but we don't want them to become that. We don't want to be crippled by debt. We want to allow them to grow without that burden, so this would be our contribution to them. A little bit about how we're going to purchase them and actually go through with the acquisition. We're looking at spending $10 billion in the acquisition. This is based off their current share price and shares outstanding. And we feel like we can do this raised by 90% through issuance of new shares for Total, and the remaining 10% in cash. As far as our return on investment, we're looking at seeing being in the black after around 3 to 5 years. Right now, Suzlon has annual revenues of over $3 billion, and we're with our new added R&D costs, we're looking to increase this by like a modest 10% each year and quickly make our money back. So you've heard why they're good for us and why we're good for them. This is our pitch, and we'd like to know your thoughts. Thank you.